I'm here with John Corey, lifelong missionary. And in recent years, there's this project of these MP3 players, and what's behind the MP3 player?
The tendency of many pastors was just to use a cross-reference, jump from verse to verse to verse, but never read a book through and study it. So I'm thinking about, Scott Gilchrist has had kind of the habit of reading a book 50 times before he even starts to study it, to preach on it. That's too much. What about 20? And what about if they copy this out? Then we give them a player. Once they fulfill the reading, a pastor would fulfill the reading of it and copy it. By that time, they are digging deep into this book. It's become such a workable model for these people. It's not too heavy for them to read it the 20 times, and it's a big challenge for them to write it out, some of them to write it out. Just that little MP3 player impacts not only this pastor, but impacts his whole church, because he's now getting into the Word, and it's changing the way these pastors are preaching and teaching. My time with them was so short, and I'd disciple, and I'd talk and talk and talk, and then I'm gone for a year. These guys need something to feed them. I'm here just for a little time. There's nobody around that they can feed off of. And then I have many people who say, you know, I now see the value of really studying a book. And I really understand now what Romans is talking about. It's so, it really shows me our salvation and what it's about. And I'm now teaching it in my church. And I have many of my people in my church reading and rereading through Romans, which nobody ever read through a book of the Bible. They just never did it. As we focus on Africa, it might not do a big dent in the worldwide need, but it would be so impacting throughout Africa. It's meeting a gap across Africa. It can meet a gap across the world. Think of the potential God's put before us. I'm amazed. And God just seemed like He dropped it in our lap. And I think it's our responsibility to run with Him, in step with Him, yoked together with Him, but just keeping in step, and He's doing it.